Hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we are covering the financial knowledge and basically we are covering the banking awareness part of it. Alright, and we have discussed various facts and figures about the various organizations so far, and since the last few lectures what we are doing, basically we are discussing over the SATHEE. All right, that's the topic we are discussing upon. All right, so here, before proceeding further, what I will do, I will just make sure that you have revised the things or not. All right, because I think it's my responsibility to make sure that you must be aware about the things and the circumstances. All right, so basically when we talk about the SATHEE, then SATHEE stands for the Small Industrial Development Bank of India, right? That's what SATHEE stands for. Okay, second thing which we have discussed is that we have discussed about the CIT and the LIT. What are the full form of these? CIT stands for the Capital Intensive Technique. Alright, whereas when we talk about the LIT, it stands for the Labor Intensive Technique. Got it? Alright, we have discussed that basically we have the MSME. Okay, so M stands for the micro, S stands for the small, and M stands for the medium. Okay, so basically we have discussed that the micro, small and medium enterprises, in short MSME, which are looked after by the Ministry of MSMEs. Okay, they generally prefer the LIT. All right, and the large industries which are not the part of MSME and which are having a very huge financial or capital or working base, these industries are primarily inclined towards the large industries. They are inclined towards the CIT. That's what we have discussed. All right, and basically what we have also discussed is that when we talk about the micro, all right, small, all right, and the medium. Okay, so we have discussed this. Micro is up to 1 crores of investment. All right, small is up to 1 to 5 crores of investment. All right, and medium is up to 5 to 25 crores of investment. All right, might be these values may be differed. All right, and when you do a Google search on it, then you can see there are so many values differ from this, but remember the range could be different but the values will be near about it. All right, so these are the investment part. All right, this is also an investment. This is also an investment. These are the investment part. Okay, when we talk about the revenue, then they basically earn the revenue up to 1 to 5 crores. All right, small is having the revenue from 5 to 10 crores. Okay, and the medium is having the revenue from 10 to 50 crores. Okay, this is the revenue part. This is also a revenue part. This is also a revenue part. Again, I'm just giving the reminder, might be the values may be different. All right, as I have told you, the range could be differed, the values will be near about it. All right, so this is the micro, this is small, and this is the medium enterprises. All right, some places you could see that these value might be about 250 crores and more. All right, because as I have told you, values might be differed. Okay, range could be differed, but basically the values will be near about it. All right, so now come back to the topic. What we have covered so far, we have discussed over the overview, we have discussed over the objectives, we have discussed about the regulatory authority, we have discussed about the functions and the initiatives like the smile, like the SMIPs, like the reference. Okay, all of these kind of things. In the previous video, we had discussed about the assistance and the development program. Okay, and we had also had a discussion over a famous MSME cluster part, right? In which I had told you, suppose this is the particular area. All right, let's call it city A. All right, then we having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, we having 6 MSMEs, okay, which having the common interest, which we conclude as a shoemaking market, right? Okay, so what we had discussed that instead of promoting them separately, we could make a collaboration or networking amongst them, which we often called as MSME cluster. Got it? And why do we do that? Because I had told you, if we individually promote them, this will lead to the competition amongst themselves only, right? That's what we had discussed. Got it? But when we promote them as a group, it will help them capitally, it will help them financially, will help them professionally, and will give them edge for the overall performance. That's what we have discussed. Right now, what we are left with, okay, right now what we are left with the digital initiatives and the summary of all these topics. Got it? So now let's start. So basically, we have finished overview, objectives, regulatory authority, functions and initiatives, assistance and the development. Right now we are left with the digital initiatives, okay, which we called as a SIDB digital initiatives. Okay, so before starting this, let me give you an overview so that you could find yourself more connected with the topic we are going to be starting. All right, so that was the year 2016. All right, and on that time, basically 2 missions were started, and these 2 missions are very, very important from the examination point of view. Okay, oftenly the question asked from these 2 missions, okay, primarily in the banking and the financial exams. The first was the Make in India mission. All right, in that mission, basically what was our approach, that we are trying to hold up the domestic manufacturers and attract the foreign manufacturers, you can say. Basically what we are doing, we were attracting foreign manufacturers and holding domestic manufacturer in India, right? That was what we're doing. Okay, why it is important? Because remember, in economy we have the three segments. These segments are known as the primary, okay, the secondary, all right, and thereafter what we have the tertiary. These three segments we have. Okay, so the primary sector is basically deal with the agricultural activities, okay, like the fishing, then mining, okay, and rest of same nature. Okay, while the secondary is basically deals with the manufacturing or the industries, okay, and the tertiary is basically deals with the service sector like banking, okay, insurance, all right, like you can say telecom, whatsoever. All right, so basically, as to become a powerful economy, what is our approach? That we have to promote the secondary and the tertiary sector. Got it? Okay, and by default our primarily concern is the secondary sector because it's having a enormous potential to give us the economic growth, employment, and whatsoever required things. All right, so if we could attract the foreign manufacturers, it means that the number of manufacturers in our country will be goes up. Okay, for example, you can say if we having 100 factories, okay, and we had got 10 more foreign factories in our country, okay, so the total number of the manufacturers will be now are how many? 110 factories. Got my idea? All right, that is why we have to sustain these, we have to attract the foreign factories, okay, but the second is that we have to holding the domestic manufacturers. What do you mean by it? In order to achieve these 100 factories or these 110 factories, we have to make sure that these 100 manufacturers should be stayed within the country. Got my idea? If they are leaving and you are inviting foreigner, we will not be able to achieve this target. Suppose 30 of them leave now, only 70 left out. Okay, 70 plus 10, only 80 manufacturers or 80 factories. What was your target? 110. How much you have achieved? Only 80. Deficit of 30 factories. Got my idea? All right. So that was the Make in India mission. Second was Digital India mission. Okay, so what was our aim in Digital India? To make India digital and reduce dependency on paperwork or traditional works. Got my idea? All right. So basically, you can see yourself as a, okay. I still remember it was nearly 2014 or what. I do not know the exact year. when the Jio was launched, okay, then you can see that there was a flood of the data, internet data packages in the market, okay, and even you can see yourself that just only a few rupees you could enjoy unlimited data, which was not available prior to it. All right, so this was the Digital India mission, okay, and this help us grow ourselves. Like you have seen a net banking services, you have seen the online shopping, whatsoever you can call it, okay. So these were the digital initiatives, okay, and SIDBI was also a part of it. Why? Because this is the future, and remember, the market is competitive and also dynamic, okay. So keep this thing in your mind. Market is not only competitive but also the dynamic, which means you have to change yourself on the regular basis. If you are not doing so, you will be kicked out from the market, okay. So in order to make the MSME efficient enough to survive this competitive market, basically SIDBI helps them with the digital initiatives, okay. And what were these initiatives? Let's have a look on them. So the first is the online application facilities for the loan products. In the previous part, when we were discussing about the strengths and development, I had give you an idea about the short run and the long run. I had told you in detail that what do you mean by the short run and what do you mean by the long run. Okay, short run is basically for short duration and only few things, or you can say only one thing could be changed. Okay, the long term is for the long duration, maybe for more than 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, whatsoever. Okay, and all the things could be changed simultaneously. Got it? And we had discussed that the SIDBI also provides the financial assistance in terms of long-term loans and the short-term loans to the MSME for growth. Got my idea? Okay, so to apply for these loan products, basically the SIDBI provided them the online application facilities. Okay, and what do you mean by this? Let's look. SIDBI has embraced digitalization by offering online application facilities for various loan products. This means that MSMEs, entrepreneurs and businesses owners can apply for loan through digital channels such as the SIDBI website or dedicated online portals. Okay, so you can say MSMEs, their entrepreneurs, those who are having the business in them or owns the stakes, they could easily apply for the loans through the digital channels, and these channels could be SIDBI website, official website, or dedicated online portals. Okay, so what this help it? First is the convenience. Okay, applicants can submit loan request from anywhere with an internet connection, eliminating the need to visit a physical branch. Okay, suppose, for example, let me give an example. You are the person, assume yourself, and now you are a MSME. Okay, now think it by yourself. You require rupees 10 lakh loans. And if you ever visited the bank or any financial institution for loan process, then you are well aware how typical it is. Okay, so in such a case, you are required to visit the physical branch of SIDBI or any financial institution. All right, and when you visit the physical branch, there are so many paperwork, there are so many things. Okay, and you will get engaged. All right, and this is only possible if branch is in your area. If the branch is not in area, let's say it is in another city or you can say state, in such a scenario, you won't be able to get the loan easily. Remember this thing. Okay, if you cannot connect it, ask someone who has taken the loan from the banks. Okay, they will tell you how and why it is so difficult. Okay, so the need for the physical branch has been eliminated. Thereafter, what we have the efficiency, how online applications can be processed more quickly, reducing the time it takes to receive a loan decision and the disbursement. Okay, like you can say you have visited the branch, you have taken the time, you have filled all the paperwork, you have taken the time, you have submitted to the respective person, you have taken the time, the respected person will submit it to the loan department, will take a time, the loan department will process it, will take a time. In between, if your application form get lost, okay, it means you have to start it from the earlier. All right, and if it is going smooth, then the process will take a long time enough so that your application could be reviewed. Application could be reviewed. Okay, loan disbursement, forget it. Even your application reviewed will take mostly about 10 days or 9 days on the traditional ways. All right, and for the God's sake, if your form get lost in between, okay, so you have to start it from the earlier. That was the thing I'm trying to explain you. Okay, so the online application, what the miracle it has done, first of thing, it has make the process quick. How? Suppose on the traditional ways you have to pass it through the various channels. Okay, like you can see on this screen, and then it will come to you. Okay, for example, let me give an example. The applicant, okay, thereafter form submit, okay, then you can say it is going to the loan department. All right, then it will goes for the review, okay, then it will goes for the approval, okay, then it goes for the first is the verification, okay, then it will go for the approval. All right, then it will go for the final call, and then it will be disbursement. Okay, so this is a long chain. All right, and on the you can say on the traditional ways it will take 15-20 days very easily. Okay, but if it is online, it means that you could easily go through these resources, okay, and it will reduce your time up to 3 to 4 days maximum. Now compare it, where is 15-20 days and where is only 3 and 4 days, and that's the thing. All right, so keep this thing in your mind. Thereafter, the accessibility. This digital approach ensures that the MSMEs, regardless of their geographical location, can access SATHEE's financial services. As I have told you in the previous example, if the branch is in your area, suppose city A, city B, okay, you are here, your branch is here, then it will take a long duration to grant you a loan. For the God's sake, if the branch is in the other city, it will take you a longer than you expected. Even your application could be cancelled. There are so many norms. There are so many things to be carried out. All right. So that's why this make it accessibility and also the effective thing, because you could easily access the services without having the geographical location at your convenience, because now it is on online basis. Got it? Move forward. Reduce paperwork. It is very, very efficient because it was the main aim of the digital India. Okay. Application involves less paperwork, making the process smoother and the more eco-friendly. Now, why eco-friendly? Suppose the paper you are using for various things, for application, for all the things, okay, in first attempt you couldn't fill the proper details, you have to throw the paper out. Second attempt something happened, throw out. Third attempt something happened, throw out. Fourth attempt you will be able. How many papers you have wasted? 4. even the included one on which you have filled your details. Got it? And if the everything is on the last paperwork, how many papers you will saved? 4. If you say 4 papers, the 4 paper will be less cut down. The 4 papers will be less cut down. The trees will be less cut down. Got it? So it is the eco-friendly. Why? I have just given an example. All right. Thereafter, what we have the implementation of the digital banking services. SATHEE has implemented digital banking services, allowing customers to perform various financial transactions and activities online rather than offline. Okay, like online account access. Okay, if you are having the account online, like suppose you can say that now you could access the services online. It means that you required a platform, you required a secure gateway from or through this you can go there. So what is it? It is basically your online account access. Okay, online account access. Customers can check their account balances, view transaction history, and monitor loan accounts through a secure online portal, like me and you can do. Okay, if you are having the account, you in any bank, you can download the bank application. You can see your account balances. You could view your past transactions. You could monitor your loan accounts if you have borrowed any amount. Okay, through a secure online portal. Similar thing could be provided to the MSME entrepreneurs. All right. Thereafter, electronic fund transfer. About it, we will have a discussion in the upcoming lectures. What do you mean by the electronic fund transfer? For example, you can just take, it is also a online form of transactions. Okay. SATHEE may offer digital transfer services, enabling customers to make payments, receive funds, and transfer money electronically. Thereafter, e-statement, it means the statement you can see online. Customer can access electronic statement detailing their financial activities, which are often more secure and environmentally friendly than traditional paper statements. Okay, like mobile apps. Some digital banking services include mobile apps that provide convenient and the go access to financial information and the services like the normal customers can do. It means me and you. Okay. Thereafter, implementation of digital banking services to secure authentication. Okay. To ensure the data security, SATHEE typically employs robust authentication methods to protect customer information. Suppose if anybody is trying to access the online account of anyone, like Mr. X. Mr. X wants to access the account of his own, then he have to go through the security authentication to prove that he is Mr. X and he wants to check his account. Okay, there is nothing like Mr. Y can easily log into his account. Okay, because this will be a privacy breach. Okay, in order to counter this, we have the secure authentication gateways. Thereafter, we have the customer experience enhancement. First is speed and convenience. Digital processes are typically faster and more convenient than traditional methods, saving time for both customers and SATHEE. About it, I had told you. Okay. Thereafter, what we have the accessibility. Digital channels ensures that customers have 24/7 access to their accounts and services, which is particularly valuable for businesses that may operate outside regular banking hours. Okay, 24/7, it means all over a day, all over the week. All right, because if you think about the physical branches, you could only visit them in a particular time. All right. Thereafter, reduce errors. Digital applications and transactions are less prone to human errors, resulting in greater accuracy and the reliability. Thereafter, data security, we have taken. SATHEE takes data security seriously and employs encryption and authentication measures to protect customer information. Improve transparency. Digital platforms can provide customers with real-time updates on their accounts, transaction, and loan status, enhancing transparency. All right. Now only summaries left. Just summarize these things all together. In summary, SATHEE's adoption of technology, digital platforms represent a proactive effort to streamline its operation and enhance the customer's experience. By offering online application, facilitates For loan products, implementing digital banking services, prioritizing speed, convenience, and data security. Ensures that MSME entrepreneurs can access financial services more efficiently and effectively, ultimately contributing to their success and growth. SATHEE-B's contribution to the growth and development of MSME have been significant. As MSMEs are crucial for employment generation, we have taken CIT-LIT, industrialization and the inclusive economic growth by export and imports. I have told you also. Okay. Last point is that SATHEE-B efforts in providing financial and developmental support play a pivotal role in fostering economic entrepreneurship and economic progress in India. Okay. So students, here we have done with the SATHEE-B. Okay. Please revise the facts and figures we have discussed in this lecture and be ready for another lecture. With this note, let's end this lecture and say a sweet thank you.